would like to start us off with the recap?
Oh boy.
Somebody else do it this time. All I can remember doing is dying and drinking coffee.
You know what? That is absolutely valid.
It's also like a good 60% of what happened.
Yeah.
So we checked into the Hotel California.
Yeah.
Got really comfortable. Mishpa ordered so much food that it would have bankrupted Tomas if he had tried to pay for it. And some of the food, it turns out, was poison, specifically the turtle soup. Mishpa was fine drinking it because she is just flat out immune to poison. But she poured some down Nani's throat because she wanted her to eat.
Not some, a lot. 2 bowls worth.
And afterwards, she went out to explore the city a little bit. We found Fantasy Costco.
Hell yeah.
Where all your dreams come true.
Also ran into Owlbear Man briefly. He was knocking somebody out and dragging them to the guards. You know, like a good Samaritan.
What a guy.
You know, as Samaritans do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We came back just in time for Nani to die from her poisoning, though thankfully there was somebody on hand who was able to resurrect her
With my diamond.
with your diamond. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that came from, to be honest.
We got it from the bandits. I also got an emerald that I gave to Lafayette on a whim.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and I've got a topaz from them too. But anyway, after that was sorted, thankfully the bill was forgiven briefly because the next morning Lafayette wasn't there, and Mishpa, who was a bit paranoid at that point, broke down the door to her room to see if she was there or if she was dead. She wasn't either of those things. She was out getting coffee.
Which was hilarious.
Cost me all of my beer money. And afterwards, after much poking and prodding from the DM, we finally decided to go and look into those darn necromancers that everybody was talking about in town.
I had a big sippy of coffee.
We also gave the baby to the church lady, so that was something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave the baby to the church. And then we went to place where necromancer activity was spoken of. And they were just like, oh, hello! Yes, there's a bunch of necromancers in here. Are you a necromancer? You smell like a necromancer. Come inside!
That's what happens at Spooky Towers.
Yeah, we were kind of just like led inside, and then we found.
Papa!
Oh, Papa! I have a dad.
Kiss your dad. I'm gonna kiss your dad. I'm gonna kiss your dad.
God damn it. Finally, the perfect edition to start my fan fiction.
What?
Nothing.
But yeah, we met Thomas's long lost, estranged vampire father,
Who has a long, long name.
With at least 7 apostrophes. I wasn't counting and I didn't look, but it probably has that many.
It's just one.
Well, either way, Thomas has made his name longer as a result, so I already hate him for that.
Yes, this is the character arc for Thomas. Every person he interacts with at his family will proceed to extend his name by a abhorrent amount, which makes people hate him even more. That's your character arc. Congratulations.
And that is basically right where we left off, though I do remember Lafayette mentioned she had a contact that we were supposed to meet.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
May we meet him? Oh.
Perhaps.
No.
But yeah, that's basically where we left off last time. Just meeting with Strahd Light over here.
It's light.
Not wrong though.
And so, as we return to Team Skull's fortress,
This-
we
This is
Man,
evil
I
Strahd.
prefer my Strahd black.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Your bit's dumb and you're dumb. Stop. Cease.
Mine? Mine are middies.
Yes.
Nobody enjoyed your semi-racist joke. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out
What?
of here.
I mean, hey, we don't know anything about Breia's dad. See, it's not racist when I say it.
What was racist about the evil Strahd joke?
Not you.
Oh.
Not you, sweetie. Hey, sweet summer sunshine.
Sweet summer dumbass.
Baby.
That's
sweetie,
me.
Sweetheart.
That's me. That's the kind of shit that I would do.
So, you meet Rathnukari, who has introduced himself as a Gregoriana. He's just kind of looking at you all.
Nani
Oh
leans
my
over
God, I knew it!
and says, "Did he say Rathnukar?"
A new car.
Also, it's Rathnakai.
Rathnukari. That's what you wrote.
What? I thought.
You
Rat-
can't even remember, it's too
Rathnakai.
long to remember!
I literally
Just-
wrote it down.
Take out the table. We're doing a focus group on how to pronounce his name.
I say whatever's most stupid is what we go with.
The bit here is that whatever's the most absurd is like lore accurate.
Rathnukan.
All I heard was Greg.
And that's what I'll be going with, because I refuse to repeat any of that.
Steve.
There was a Greg in there. So, Greg, you're
A
got some-
vampire.
Yep, yeah, you got some fancy things there, and you have a lot of, I assume, necromancers hanging around here.
Indeed, I have them as a bit of security.
Okay, great. They did kind of just let us in here.
They said that well, he smells like a necromancer.
Ah, yes, the stench of undeath kind of permeates in us.
I don't understand. What? Are you saying
Every
you're my?
rumor I've ever spread, I mean heard, is true.
Well, I thought it would be obvious. I thought it would be obvious, my son. Yes, I am your father.
That's.
Mishpa is going to reach down and just sort of pull back Thomas's upper lip and look at his teeth.
He has fangs.
Whoa! How long have those been there?
told they were long canines.
Yes.
And
They are very long.
you just bought that?
Breia, you should know me by now. Whenever my mother tells me something, I don't really question it that much.
I don't even know why I asked.
Oh my god. He's the Dampier. So, wait, that means that you had him after you became a vampire.
Yes, that is the case.
So,
Okay,
Wait,
cool. I'm gonna
that-
make a note that vampires can procreate.
shut up. So, wait, that means Mother... She... with a vampire?
Your mother fucked a vampire. Yes, we've established this.
Okay, so
Come to think of it, she probably fucked him more than once.
I'm gonna move the
I
conversation
do not
along
want
a
to
little
hear
bit.
that!
Through this entire ordeal, Rathnukar is just standing there with a wide smile on his face, just enjoying this chaos.
Breia is also just like having the best fucking time. This is everything she ever wanted to be true.
So that revelation aside, what are you exactly doing here in this city in Vaker? Like, what is your goal here?
Yes, your security does seem to be putting the locals on edge.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it for too much. I do not plan to stick around anytime soon. Might leave.
Oh, cool.
Might leave in the next day or two for Haper.
Hooray! You hear that, guys? We totally got the necromancers to leave town. Wink.
Yeah, we did it. We've done it. It's our job's complete, I guess.
What?
Yeah,
What's
so
your plan here?
now that we've accomplished that, like, who wants to get some coffee?
Absolutely not. Anyway, Haper, you said?
And what was Thomas saying?
What's the plan here? Why Haper and why here?
Well, as for why here, it was the closest place that I could teleport to.
Where
And
did
the
you teleport
teleportation
from?
included all of your necromancer friends?
Oh no, those I amassed over the coming week.
Week! The entire tower is occupied. How did you manage? Did they not have the gate outside before?
Yeah, they got like a checkpoint at the front gate checking people for necromancy.
Well, that only happened because I had been, let's say, pulling them out of the shadows. I gave them a purpose.
So, what if you've done this over the course of the last week? Did that checkpoint just get set up like yesterday?
A couple days ago, but yes.
Well, that was very inconvenient for us.
Indeed, I'm quite sure that you had a bit of a rough time, and I'm very sorry for that.
Just your dad with like a jacket over his shoulder, sitting in front of a campfire, slow turn to the camera. Sorry.
But while you are here, can I interest you in some refreshments? And no, they are not blood related. I do have actual people who need to eat and drink.
I mean, I would have been fine with either, but you know.
With that,
I mean, I'm not going to say no to a free meal.
He nods, and you see the table clear with a wave of his hand, and in its place, he snaps his fingers, and a feast is conjured up with some wine, some other liquors, some juices, and slabs of meat and veggies and fruit.
I ain't trusting that.
Huh.
I mean, can I look it over, give each thing just a little taste to see if I taste anything off about any of it?
Sure.
Or would that be investigation?
Yeah. Yeah, roll me investigation.
It's fine.
Yeah, you don't taste anything off.
I mean, this all seems a bit much for 1 in the afternoon.
I mean, maybe he's just trying to impress us, in which case I am very impressed.
It does
Right.
beg the question, though. Do you know anything about why somebody would try to poison us?
Poison you?
Yeah,
You actually see his eyes widen, and he looks very concerned.
Yeah, last night somebody poisoned the bowls that turtle soup was put in. I died. I got better, but I died.
Kind of see
I
Mishpa
got
slowly turn around when you say that, just sort of sucking on a chicken bone.
Wasn't me.
I see. That is very troubling. I assure you it couldn't have been any of my people. I do a head count every night. And every morning. Everyone was accounted for when I checked. Although, if you do want, I can put some out as my eyes and ears, to keep an eye out for any suspicious characters.
I suppose it couldn't hurt. We're probably going to be here another day or so, but we won't be staying in the city long ourselves, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious, though. You said you teleported here. Where
Indeed.
did you teleport from?
You see him kind of look askance a little bit as he fidgets with his cane. Well, considering what you are, I assume you've heard of a place called Kotalo.
She kind of slow blinks. I have not, no.
His eyes widen a little bit. A Naga is not familiar with the capital of the Isle of Ash?
She is from a nomadic race. They don't really go to the civilizations.
Ah, that is most understandable.
Wait, so you're from the Isle?
Indeed I am.
But you're
And you
here.
were able to leave the Isle of your own volition.
Mm-hmm.
And you had access to magic on the Isle.
Very briefly. Essentially, what happened was, and this is as simple as I can put it without getting into the magical mumbo-jumbo, essentially what happened was, I felt the anti-magic field go down for just a split second, but in that split second, I had access to my magic. And so I cast a time stop spell in order to extend that time for a little bit. And then, I casted a teleportation spell to take me to the nearest familiar place that I could.
Might I ask when this was?
I want to say less than 3 weeks ago.
Interesting. Wait, is that when they took Nani and Mishpa off the Isle?
That's
We've been doing this for about 2 weeks, so it would have been, I think, a little bit before, right?
Yep, it's when you got your letters from the parcel pets.
Ah. Oh, no.
That is interesting, actually. I never really thought about that. How the fuck parcel pets could get on the island.
For you two, less than 3 weeks ago, that's around the time you would have been told you were coming here, right?
That was around the time when I received a letter, yes.
And you received this letter how?
My father gave it to me. I didn't really ask how he procured it himself.
Yeah, kind of same. My parents brought me mine.
Well, we don't really do traditional couriers anymore, and it would be fastest to... Surely they wouldn't let the barrier down just to send a letter.
Lafayette is with us, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mishpa kind of looks over towards Lafayette. If I may ask, did you or the prince have any say in how we were informed about leaving the Isle?
Lafayette closes her eyes and raises her head up as she thinks on it for a second. DM, I think you're gonna have to help me recall here.
Yes.
Quick, help me bullshit.
Yeah, help me bullshit right quick.
You guys didn't have too much of a say. You honestly didn't have way too many options. The most secure and fastest option would be to have used a parcel pet. But the caveat was the barrier would have to be down for just the split second in the right time and moment to send the parcel pet without anyone knowing.
Mm-hmm. In that regard, Lafayette would technically shake her head, as she would have nothing to do with that in that aspect. But then she would sign out. While I didn't have a say in the matter, it would be the fastest way to get in contact with someone in the Isle, so perhaps they followed through on that for just a brief moment.
Interesting. I suppose someone so in tune with magic would notice a change immediately, wouldn't they?
Not to mention have a reaction time to actually catch it.
But wait, how long have you been on the island then if you... Oh, wait. Oh, Thomas, you're old enough to know when the whole island thing started, aren't you?
Yes. Real quick, let me just pull back up the Google Doc. One moment, please.
Thomas.exe has stopped working.
Processing.
To be fair, that kind of happened when he realized that his mom fucked a vampire.
That's crazy. So yeah, anyway.
But yes, as you eat, Mishpa, the food seems fine. It's actually really good.
I mean, it tastes fine to me, by the way. If anyone else is hungry, now's the time to eat. She looks pointedly at Nani when she says that. I promise nothing is wrong this time.
Oh, Mishpa, you know that I don't like food.
No, you can't just... Was the turtle soup the last thing you ate?
What?
The thing that you threw up?
Oh.
As she says that long pronounced what, I'm just gonna shove a chicken wing into her mouth.
Don't you know? Jesus.
Nani, make a constitution save. No.
Oh, there goes down my throat. I'm imitating Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life. Oh.
Oh
No, it's
boy.
fine. It's fine. It's actually really juicy and tender.
Why is the skin so delicious?
Don't like food.
Fucking eat, please.
Okay. But it's only because you're asking me so desperately.
It should be because you want to live.
I'm alive, aren't I?
Barely.
Well, look at me, and I'm standing upright. Isn't that enough?
I mean, it's a start, but I have looked at you in great detail, as a matter of fact, and you look like you're on the verge of death. Now eat something.
Lafayette signs out, eat or I'm breaking your spine.
I'm gonna return home and I'm gonna be fucking extra thick for open beef. I wonder if she'd like that.
I highly doubt that's a negative. Now shut up and eat.
I'm eating.
Breia will also start eating, by the way.
Woo.
I would like to raise my hand, please.
Yes.
I just got to my Google Doc and I wanted to
Did you
continue
find the
conversation.
info that you needed?
Yes. Yes. Well,
Yes.
the Isle of Ashes, the creation of the Isle of Ash is a little before my time, but it. I'm sorry, it's been so long I forgot the question.
You were there when the stuff happened that made the island happen, right? That was the question.
It was a little before my time. But I mean, I remember hearing about it ever since I was a small child. It sort of fell out of the collective consciousness around about 400 years ago. People don't really talk about it anymore. Outside of when someone does something truly heinous and gets sent there.
Huh. I thought it was founded like 100 years ago when my parents ended up there.
Oh no, the Isle of Ash has been instated for at least 700 years.
Happy anniversary! What is this, the wood anniversary? Somebody bring some wood to the island.
I understand that reference.
So about 100 years ago, basically some changes were made, but it was still in use before that.
The Isle has just kind of changed over time as people kept getting sent there. Basically, it was instated about 700 years ago, but it recently got the magic barrier around it when they started sending spellcasters there. That would have been around 500 years ago.
All right.
So that would have been just after I was conceived.
Yes, and you are looking at one of the first spellcasters who was sent there.
Wait.
So you were still that in tune with your magic after 500 years of not having it?
Indeed. Just because you do not have access to your magic on the Isle of Ash does not mean that it goes away. It just lies dormant.
Wait, Thomas, does that mean your mother fucked him and then shipped him off to prison?
A very inappropriate way to state it, but
Positively
guess.
scandalous.
It certainly felt like that's what happened. He kind of gets a look of disdain on his face.
God, what I would give to still be spreading vicious rumors. God!
Oh, don't
never
worry,
really-
Breia. Nani has her fan fiction for that, don't you, Nani?
She never really talks about you that much.
Of course she doesn't.
I mean, if you're trying to remain the respectable mayor of a town, you're not exactly going to go around saying things about it, are you? No offense, sir.
None taken. But yes, she had second thoughts about me being a vampire, so she outed me.
That is a crazy level of fling. That is crazy levels.
What's crazy is having second thoughts after you get pregnant, not before.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think this is working out. But sweetie, you're pregnant.
You're pregnant and you're married to me. What will happen? You're going to the jail, and by that I mean you're going to the island.
What was that, Thomas?
I was making a reference to something from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ah.
God.
Going to the island where nobody goes my glue and dogs.
Thomas, I had no idea that your home life was so interesting.
Clearly, neither did he.
So if he is half vampire, how come he hasn't shown any of the usual symptoms associated with them? Do half vampires need to drink blood or anything like that?
It really depends on what kind of vampire he becomes. Sometimes that can be defined by the father, sometimes that can be defined by the mother or the other race that he is. What is your hunger, Thomas?
Is that why you and your bats have that weird thing with juice?
Fruits. Fruits. It's mostly fruits.
Yes, fruits and fruit-related byproducts. That's what I'm getting at. Is that...
Oh my god, he's a literal fruit bat.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
That's the joke. Anyway.
This whole time he's been fucking Banicula, and that's that's not right.
I love Banicula. Also, this also explains all the bats.
Ha 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 ha.
We did it. We found the punchline.
And it's me.
You're
Also-
always just the punchline, dear.
Also, haha, I was able to keep secrets.
Thank you.
I knew you could do it.
I believed in you.
Yay! Because I didn't. Anyway.
Someone had to.
It's fruit, mostly.
Fruit.
Oh,
I will say a very interesting choice, but given your mother's affinity for gardening, I cannot be surprised.
Yes, she had.
God, he's not just a little vampire. He's a dweeby little vampire who drinks fruit. This is the greatest
Right.
day of my life.
This entire session is just roasting Thomas and his father.
I mean, it's really easy to.
Roasting Thomas has been her life's mission for basically her entire life.
You're mean.
It's a living.
This is great. This is great.
It's a living.
So wait,
So-
you said your next destination was Haper, yes?
Indeed.
What's your plan exactly now that you're not on the Isle?
It is very simple. One sec, I gotta find my notes. There we go.
It's very simple. Hold on, let me pull out the document.
It's very simple. Anyway, step 1, talk for 3 hours. Step 14.
Okay.
Thomas, I'm not going to lie to you. And he proceeds to walk away.
Good stuff.
Once I am in Haper, I will admit I might be wearing my heart on my sleeve here, but I want to see if I can get Marilyn back. I feel horrible for how she felt about me being a vampire, and I want to see if I can do something to reconcile.
You have considered that if she hasn't changed her mind about the whole vampire thing, you'll be sent back to the island in a moment, right?
It is a sacrifice I am willing to take. She is the love of my life. I had a son with her that I never got to see grow up, and I see that he has become an astonishing young man.
That's such a nice word for it.
You hear just this like stifled like croak, like this like awful sound of like I'm not laughing, but God, I want to so bad.
Also, you say young man. He is 500 years old.
Young relative
So
to this guy. This guy's probably over 1,000.
So very nubile.
There.
And also, I would like to say that we will totally take you up on that offer to, cat. To keep
To cat. I'll take you up on that offer to cat.
All I
To,
can imagine that the
see if we
dad
can
is
find-
just like fully eating a cat while we're having this conversation.
please drink some more. But no, just like
Do not
Yeah.
the cat.
do not
Do
the
not
cat.
the cat.
Just see if you can find out who and why with the poison.
Of course.
And when you go, what happens to these necromancers? Will they be following you?
Yes, they will be coming with me as a sort of bodyguards, security, if you please.
I see. An entourage of undead magic users. That definitely won't rouse any suspicion at all, will it?
I mean, it's the safest traveling party you can have.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I appreciate the hustle and the devotion, but still.
I'm not sure how much she'll appreciate you bringing a group of 10 to 20 necromancers to her front doorstep.
You could also make your way to the north. I know this cozy little village that's about to get seized upon by an army of undead fungal zombies that could really use some help.
Ah, the blight zombies, yes?
Yep, they're here on the mainland, and North Hollow's gone, if you haven't heard. The entirety of North Hollow. And the citizens have apparently broken through the walls and are making their way south.
I see. That needs to be taken care of. I can't exactly have...
a zombie apocalypse where you're trying to reconcile with your love?
Yes, that. Even if it is just to protect Marilyn.
Can I roll an insight here?
Sure.
I just need to get a read on this guy. It's like, how is he feeling?
You can definitely tell by the way he looks askance, and whenever whenever your mother is mentioned, he kind of gets this little twinge. You kind of get the feeling that he's feeling more bitter.
Right, though. What if she doesn't want you back?
I do not know.
Good talk.
Oh, look, another cat.
And he kind of looks down. You kind of see his ears lower. My hope is that she will have a change of heart, but I understand that this country is not exactly welcoming to people like me.
Well, I suppose there's a reason why my vampire half has been obfuscated from the public record.
Did your mother really not tell you anything about who your father was? And she's whispering this part to Thomas.
Again, not much, really. It was just, I knew the name, and it was where I got, like, my affinity for biting and eating fruit.
Lafayette
It's
kind of
sort of,
stares at you for a second, but listens.
it was sort of, like I said, he's where I got the traits from. But I didn't know anything about him other than the name.
Would I remember? Was there truly no public record of his father being like arrested? I feel like this would have been the kind of thing Breia would have looked into purely because she was so into spreading mean rumors.
Give me a history check, Breia.
Gladly.
None that you can recall. You might remember glancing at something like that, but there doesn't seem to be any direct link to any particular names.
So essentially, this guy was completely unpersoned.
Yep. Which Breia and Thomas both remember is kind of common when you're sent to the Isle of Ash. People are supposed to pretend that you'd never existed.
I mean, I suppose public records not existing makes sense. People getting sent to the Isle is meant to be a, well, sort of version of a death sentence. You're sent there and then you're treated as though you were never there to begin with. But privately, it seems odd that she would never even mention. Especially given that, and admittedly some of this is my fault, but that's neither here nor there. It's been a rumor about you for a long time. How pale you are, the bat thing, like, it was pretty spread
Yes,
around.
I know. It's mostly why I stuck around Hapa for so long. The people there just sort of knew. Well, they didn't know this, obviously, but they
They
sort
knew
of
not
knew
to
about
say
rumors.
anything.
But yeah, they knew not. They didn't want to say anything. That's what I gathered, at least.
I assure you that's almost never what it is. Still,
Honestly, considering the Scholars Guild, I am not surprised.
Lafayette kind of has like an inquisitive thought and then signs out, unless your mother mentioned not to, or made like a small decree behind your back to not mention anything about it. Kind of a weird one, I know, but I highly doubt that would be the case. But it's not out of the possibility.
it would have been well within her capabilities as mayor.
Exactly.
You are right, now that you mention it. She could have. I wouldn't know, of course, but...
That's
You
neither
mentioned-
here nor there. You're probably best just asking her now that you know.
You mentioned the Scholars Guild just now. What do you mean by that? Do they make it a habit of covering things up?
Oh, do they ever? Their entire gimmick is policing information. There are certain things that the public is not in the right to know, according to them.
Well, we've seen quite a bit of that recently. Like I said, I had never seen a piece of Naga writing, not once.
And you likely never will.
that
Writing, history, mentions of my people have been fairly rare.
any mention
The worst that I've
was-
gotten has been a few side eyes from those who were old enough to remember the Naga War.
Because everything we know about your race is rumors and presumably fabrications.
Of
You
course.
said that the Scholars Guild polices information. Does that mean that they keep records of things that they don't want the public to know about?
Of course. What do you think that a restricted section is for?
Sir, I have a question. I don't know if you'd be able to answer it. Does the name the Bone King ring familiar to you at all?
The Bone King. No, that does not ring any bells. I do know of a creature known as a Bone Lord, but I never heard of anyone naming themselves the Bone King.
Interesting.
Of course, if you're actually searching for a Bone Lord by mistake, no, I do not recommend trying to fight such a creature. Even I am not powerful enough to go against such a thing.
No, I just received a tip from someone that I should look in the restricted section about it. It should hopefully be... How old are you?
I've honestly lost count at this point.
Yeah, that tracks.
You don't just ask a question like that.
It's a reasonable question. You don't ask that question to insecure old women. I'm not sure it extends to vampires who've been alive longer than any of us can imagine.
He certainly doesn't seem that insecure.
Well, of course not. That's how he bagged his mother.
Could you stop talking about how he fucked my mom?
But it's such an interesting story.
Nobody wants to
Why
hear
is
it.
it interesting?
Nobody wants to hear about their parents doing the horizontal tango.
Why would you call it that?
This is truly one of the best days of my life.
You know,
Nani.
I avoided calling it bumping genitalia for your sake.
Don't
Nani,
call it
that's-
that either if you're going to avoid the other one.
Nani, that's highly inappropriate. He's a vampire. It's called a monster mash.
Lafayette just rolls her eyes at fucking high class. Like, oh
Fucking
my
Christ.
Yeah,
Oh my
You can't just call people monsters.
Why not? The Minotaurs are monstrosities. Everybody does it.
I'm a monstrosity.
I might as well be a monstrosity. Look at me. You can see my ribs. Oh God,
Which
I'm not
wouldn't
hunched
be
over.
the case if you ate food.
I'm not hunched over anymore. People can see how skinny I am. Don't look at me.
I could see it before.
You couldn't.
Did you just know you can? What? Oh my god.
This is great. I love this.
It just got hard.
Regardless, I think our business here is concluded, unless there are any other questions somebody has for him.
Yes, we got the information that the necromancers have gone into hiding and will be fleeing the city soon. Do you want us to hold off on delivering information on you leaving until after you leave?
Well, let me ask you a question to answer that question. Will we be impeded?
Potentially.
Then yes, we will be leaving during the night tonight.
Okay, well, if you find out anything about our situation before then, please let us know. I don't think that we have any reason to stop you. You guys have been quite honestly very pleasant.
Just as you say that, a necromancer bursts in, and he whispers something to RaveCatNina. Oh, I see. Well, splendid. Seems your little assassin has been found.
Already?
What?
Or at least where they are staying.
Who is it?
It seems to be some sort of half-elf, staying at the Open Hearth. It's a little inn in this town. Known for housing some of the rougher types.
Why would they want to kill us?
We can
don't-
go there and ask them right now.
Is this kind of place, these rougher types, are they typically the kind of person who not necessarily does things based on, like, personal malice, but based on, like, contracts?
Some of them contracts, others are just kind of looking for a fight. It's a rough and tumble tavern.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
With that kind of place, it's a little hard to tell. Either they have some personal problem with us, or they were asked to do it by someone else and just thought it would be a laugh.
Any other details? Size, gender, general appearance?
Ambiguous gender. Blonde hair, pale skin.
And where would one find this open hearth?
It is across town in the newer part of the city.
She nods, she turns, she slither.
Well, we should probably go after her. Thank you for your hospitality and your help.
Wait for your party, Mishpa.
No, on mission. Must strangle.
Must kill.
Anyway, so I'm guessing you all are leaving the tower?
Hmm.
Seems like it.
Okie dokie, let me just change the ambiance.
Well, while we're running after the snake, I will say I think we should probably go to the church and tell them just before they leave, so that it looks like we didn't know they were going to leave and we still get paid for it. You know, if nothing too bad goes down while we, I guess, go to open hearth surgery or whatever it is Misha was trying to do.
Open hearth surgery. I like that.
Episode title, maybe.
Noting that down. Anyway.
God.
So. You all make your way out of the tower and start heading towards the open hearth. Along the way, I need everyone to make me perception checks. With disadvantage.
Well, fuck me.
Because perception with disadvantage, as this is very sudden.
10.
Nat 1.
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Honestly, for me,
I'm on my laptop, so everything's still loading.
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes. Hit disadvantage. Right. And
Hey.
12.
Okay. Nani, you're the only one to avoid this. So you don't have to make the dexterity saving throw. But everyone else, please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, cool. I have advantage on those.
Yay!
I'm going to use an inspiration to reroll that. I'm not having 2 nat 1s.
Ha.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's not better, but at least it's not a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
This.
Okie dokie. Alright. So, Mishpa, Tomas, and Breia, you all take half damage. Lafayette, unfortunately, you fail, so you take full damage. As a a carriage with 2 horses that seem very spooked come barreling towards you and run you over.
Jesus.
Before tipping over and crashing. So Lafayette, you take 22 damage. Everyone else, you take 11 damage.
And I'm
Except for
down.
me.
Hooray.
I take 0, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you take 0 damage because you got out of the way.
Does Bray only have 11 hit points?
8.
I only
Commoner
have 8.
still.
Level 1 warlock, actually, but still.
oh,
Level 1.
because she just
Because
got her pack.
I just got the pact.
She has to build those levels back up.
The answer
I
to
mean,
your
I think-
question is because I wanted to be, okay?
Jesus
I remember-
fucking Christ! Who is
Who
that?
is that?
I mean, by the gods!
By the way,
Who looks...
you guys would have
who
been
looks-
around here when it happens.
Wait, no. I took 11 damage, not 21. Jeez.
Shrink me.
Giant Lafayette.
Well, no wonder you took full damage from the cart.
It's okay, I can take it. But also, fucking ow.
Are you guys okay?
Just fine. And Mishpa is going to slither over to the cart and pull open the door and look inside to see if anyone inside was injured.
There's nobody inside.
Nani is going to, who looks in rougher shape, like Breia or Lafayette? Because I know
Well, Breia,
Lafayette...
Breia's unconscious.
Speaking
So,
of which,
Yeah, but you got trampled.
Speaking of which, Breia, make me a death save.
Fuck you guys!
That answer your question?
Okay, cure wounds it is on Breia.
Ow.
Cure wounds, I said!
Okay. Breia, you're back up.
Oh god! Oh shit!
And there's no like driver or anything that was on the front. It just the horses were spooked and running towards us.
Yep.
Now Nani is going to rush over to Lafayette to cure wounds her. She looks more roughed up despite consciousness, so she's going to use it at a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
hmm.
15.
Wahoo!
So that
Well,
would
there
be
was no
fair.
one. There was no one inside. No one around.
Lafayette just kind of pops her shoulder back into place as you heal her. And a very, very agitated look on her face.
What on earth was that about?
Nani is going to look in the direction that the carriage came from.
You don't see much, but you do see a crowd starting to gather around you, and people are starting to murmur. Some of them even looking disappointed.
There is just a silent leer across the entire crowd as she hears like the vast murmurs of disappointment and mix.
Can we pick out anything specific that is being said?
Sure. Roll perception. This time, normal.
Yeah.
It's all a cacophony for me.
If there's one thing I could fucking hear, it's people being mean.
Really? Another 12? I have disadvantage turned on. God damn.
12 session.
Don't you jinx me.
Anyway. Thomas, it's sounding... You can pick out bits and pieces, like should have hit them, or vampire. You actually hear some say, Breia and Lafayette, you actually hear that a general consensus of these people are not to be trusted. They should have been hit. Of course, they would survive working with a damn vampire.
Lafayette lowers her hood and then just gives the hardest stare she can to the crowd.
I would like to walk up to one of the specific people and just kind of come up to them in indignant Karen mode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
You come up to a male Duragar.
So, like what is that? Like a underground dwarf or something?
Yes, an
The
Underdark.
dwarves from the Underdark, yeah.
Yeah. And he gives you a hard glare. You heard me?
Are you people all truly so insensitive that you would laugh at someone getting hit by a cart?
We ain't laughing. You're the one working with a vampire. And he points to Thomas.
Where the fuck did you hear that?
How? What?
The entire city knows. You best get your ass out of here if you know what's good for you.
But I'm not a vampire.
What about my friend here screams vampire to you? Most elves kind of just look like that.
Yeah, and he's out in broad daylight. He was eating fruit this morning.
Have any of you, and she kind of like stands up on a box because she's short and she has no choice. Have any of you heard any reports of anyone missing any blood?
The crowd kind of murmur to themselves, but the general consensus is we know what we heard.
It's a yes or no question. One of you answer.
No.
That's what I thought. Now, if we were gallivanting about with a vampire, wouldn't you think someone would have lost a bit of blood? They have to eat, don't they?
This is very, very strange. Somebody tried to poison me last night, and now somebody's spreading around rumors that my friend here is a vampire. Somebody is out to get us.
That isn't the only thing that's happening. And you hear a familiar voice as you see Nixara come from the crowd, still holding Miracle, as well as a letter.
Ah, shit.
Well, fuck.
Mishpa, I guess, will be the one to slither up. And is the letter being offered?
No, she's just holding it for now.
What do you mean? What's been going on?
We've heard quite a few things about your group. I think it is best that you all leave before I have to call the Dark Seekers.
What have you been hearing?
I'm giving you this one chance.
Well,
And
if you are...
she will hand over the letter to Thomas. Let me just find it again. Let me find it. Hold on.
You put us in a very tense moment here, and you're gonna make us wait like this?
Yes. I very much friggin' am.
I mean, all I've done is thought about turning a man inside out. But to be fair, he tried to poison one of my friends, so...
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she hands you this letter, Thomas. And what's really putting you off is that it's in your handwriting.
on earth?
What does it say?
It looks like this is my handwriting. I mean, it looks like my handwriting, but I never wrote this.
Lafayette holds out her hand.
He is going to hand over the letter, and I'll send the letter to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As I'm going to glance over the letter. I'm also going to see if I can identify if this is a forgery or not, because I have read his handwriting.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Come on, dice, roll with me.
It looks like his handwriting.
Is there any indication whatsoever that I can glean at all
Nope.
that is potential forgery?
Nope. And Nixara speaks up again. You have done a lot for us, and that is why I'm willing to give you this chance to go. But if you do not leave by tonight, I will have no choice.
I mean, there must be some misunderstanding. I've never wrote that letter, even if it is in my handwriting.
Not to mention, we work with the Dark Seekers. Just in case you don't know anything about us.
You are right. I do not know anything about you.
Which is why you're more likely to trust the words of others instead of ours.
Lafayette just lets out a silent exhale and just hands the letter back to Thomas. Before she signs out, I know not of what's going on or what's true and what's false at this point. After what we just handled with the vampires, that they'll be leaving your place, and now we're being branded as criminals for throwing aid. Quite frankly, I'm not surprised. This is the kind of stuff that I'm used to dealing with after helping out people. It's why I hate everybody I meet. Take whatever pieces of evidence that you have with a grain of salt. We will be leaving. But rest assured, we are not the criminals here, and you're a goddamn fool if you actually think we are. Especially with the amount of work that I've put in. And with that, she'll fucking pull out the letter, and just like the letter that she had with what's his face, the corrupted what's his name?
Grimlock?
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and let this air out and let them deal with that since we're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna toss that towards her.
It falls at her feet and she picks it up. She's still keeping her eyes trained on you just in case.
Mm-hmm. She then signs out right quick. By the way, the leader of your tribunal was committing heresy of its own. As a matter of fact, and she points to that child, that's his offspring. And, plot twist on top of that, he was the one that killed his own wife to cover his ass.
His mistress. They weren't married. Which makes it even more fucked.
Exactly. But hey, what do we know? We're just mere outsiders clearly causing issues, aren't we?
That kind of murder and debauchery is a really big deal in your church as well, isn't it? Rough stuff. Anyway, if nothing else, I do hope you heed our advice and keep your people safe from, the terrible thing that we were kind enough to warn you about.
She said we had to be out of here by tonight, right?
Yes, which means that we have time to speak with somebody.
Good. Mishpa's just gonna start heading back down towards the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's not dealing with this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Nani is, she's got her passive perception active.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 21, so don't you try pulling shit on me.
Yeah.
I don't like being accused of stuff I can't defend myself on when I haven't actually done anything.
You think I enjoy it any more than you do?
No. But whoever the fuck poisoned me is going to fucking suffer until we find out what the fuck is going on here.
Lafayette's going to look towards Breia and Tomas right quick to see what they're gonna do.
I think Breia is probably following behind Mishpa and Nani, just like keeping a distance as she kind of like. She looks like she's like only paying enough attention to them to know which direction they're going. She's mostly staring off into space.
Mm-hmm. Tomas?
I'd say Thomas is doing much the same, just like a mix of confusion, bafflement, and kind of horrified at the fact that someone just recreated his handwriting and made him look like a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. And with that, Lafayette's going to throw up her hood, and she's going to lower her cloak just enough to reveal a skull necklace that is now currently a vibrant red. And as she walks by, she's going to emit a voice into the church leader's head. If I were you, I would highly suggest getting your facts straight before throwing out accusations, lest it comes back to bite you. I mean you no harm, truly. But if your people harm me, no one is safe. Heed my warning. Leave me and my compatriots alone, or suffer the consequences. Before she continues walking by.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, you all make your way to the open hearth amidst the glares and slight jeers of the city around you.
Anyone who gets close is going to get like a sudden dagger pulled on them just to jump scare the shit out of them. She does not care anymore. She has no respect for anybody in this town.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the open hearth is right here.
Tom, if you could I see that letter, please?
Sure, yes. And I'm gonna send it to you too.
Ah. No wonder they were so upset.
What does it say?
She'll look to you for permission to hand it over to Nani.
Go right ahead.
Lafayette
Everyone
signs
else already
out.
knows what it says.
Yep. Lafayette's going to sign out. I was trying to see if it was potentially a forgery since Thomas seemed baffled, but it looked genuine. No flaws or anything.
Even if most of us were familiar with his handwriting, many of us don't have the same sort of training you do. I doubt I could spot a forgery, even if I was familiar with what he could do.
I've seen his handwriting on a number of occasions. This is it. Though how remains to be seen.
We can think on that a little later on. Right now, my blood is boiling and I need an outlet very badly. And she's going to push open the door and slither inside.
And I will get you all to the tavern. Boop.
She slither with purpose.
She said that with anger.
Angie. You see a tavern that is in a bit of disrepair, likely from the number of bar fights that it has accrued. You see an animus ocelot and a furbolg discussing some literature as a form of parley. They seem to be rivals in some sort of gang. You see an elderly human lady sitting over here on this table. And you actually see 74 little cats roaming around the tavern that she seems to own. One actually
So many cats.
One
This would be
actually,
adorable if we weren't all so mad.
one of them comes up and rubs against your legs. They kind of
have no legs.
they kind of stay away from Mishpa because she seems angry, but they come up to the rest of you and rub up on you.
My face is obscured right now, but rest assured, she's pissed.
And you see the shrew up here, a Cardinal ASMR. Looks up at you. Can I help you?
I'm looking for someone. Half-elf, ambiguous gender, blonde hair, about yay tall.
Yes, ma'am. And he goes and rummages in his drawer. Could I ask the nature of your visit?
We just need to ask some
Vengeance.
Do not say vengeance.
Where is she?
Even if it's true. Don't say vengeance.
Justice.
It's a personal matter.
Understood. And he hands you the room key.
Damn, he's just gonna give us access to this guy in a private room that he can't escape from? That's crazy.
Look, he is scared shitless of you guys.
I mean, I get it. Mishpa's very
Whenever
scary,
the
but
fucking
still.
squad rolls in, you got a giant fucking Naga lady up front with a bunch of pissed off people behind them. Yeah, no, something's amiss. I ain't fucking with that. Here you go. Not my problem. Bye.
I mean, I will say, as a character who is obsessed with image, Breia seems very upset at how this is going, because you were all just accused of a bunch of crimes, and then you're gonna come in here, scare the shit out of this guy, and commit a crime.
They didn't even give us a chance to clear our names. All bets are off at this point.
Yeah, no, genuinely. They crossed the line.
Breia,
Mishpa
that's
is
why
going
Breia's
to-
hanging back
sorry.
and not saying anything.
Mishpa is going to take that room key, nod her head. She starts to slither off, but then she pauses and lifts up one of the bar stools. Are you at all attached to this?
No.
Good. And she is going to yank one of the legs off the bar stool and start patting it in her palm as a makeshift club as she makes her way towards the rooms.
Mishpa, no, that's going to be another $250.
Do you guys follow up after her?
Do we have a choice? Of course we do. I have to make sure that we get information out of this guy and don't just kill him immediately.
I'm going to actually stay back and cycle around the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Because, just in case I see a motherfucker trying to go for the window.
Mm-hmm. And Nani, what are you doing? I see. Alright, so the four of you head up to the room.
The chinchilla shark is active.
Chinchilla shark! Just play the Jaws theme.
All I can imagine is it's just Lafayette, but she's got the fucking Bowser Jr. like mouth covering that just has another evil mouth on it.
It's just the fucking like just sharp teeth on it, just jaws. It's like basically shark colors.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh God, I'm being stabbed in the ankles. Ah, shit.
Anyway, so, Shark Fayette is going around the tavern. The four of you go up to the rooms, and you do find the room that he is staying in rather easily. And of course, it unlocks with no problem with the key that you were given. Inside the room, however, you see it is a right mess. And you see the assassin lying dead on the ground.
Son of a bitch!
Mishpa will slither up and examine the body, and by examine, she starts poking him with the chair leg.
Well, damn. Can I investigate the room while she looks at the body?
Sure, roll me investigation. And since you are taking your time with this, I assume you can do it with advantage.
Yay.
And because I feel nice for all the shit I'm putting you through.
Would this be investigation or medicine for me?
Medicine.
Shit, I'm worse at that. Oh,
Hey, not bad.
15, that's not terrible.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short. Shut up.
Because that's
Anyway.
assured you're not.
Anyway, so, Mishpa. Firstly, you can definitely tell that this guy was poisoned. And it looks to be he was poisoned by his own hand.
Ha! Dumbass.
Same type of poison that did Nani in, or...
No, it looks like he actually took some sort of cyanide pill. Because you smell almonds.
Didn't think cyanide would be in this universe yet.
But
Eh.
then why? But then why is the room such a mess? It looks like there was a.
Probably to frame us, because he knew that we'd come in here.
Entirely possible.
But-
Or someone was trying to get something out of him and he killed himself to stop himself from telling.
Your father just told us that he was here, meaning that he somehow heard that we were coming. And that cart was directed at us. Somebody is watching us right now. Thomas, your bats.
My bats. My bats, yes.
Quickly, let us go outside.
In the
Yeah,
meantime... In the meantime, Breia. You find in the trash can a shredded up note, which, with that 26, you are able to piece together. I don't have it written out exactly what it says, but I can give you the gist. Essentially,
Oh,
essentially, in very neat handwriting, which you would recognize as a scribe's handwriting, meaning whoever contracted this person did not do so themselves, and there's no mention of any names. This person was contracted to kill you all in any way possible to make it look like either a suicide or an accident, saying that they know too much.
Know too much about what? Mishpa, are you finding anything interesting over there?
Only that he was poisoned. Fast acting.
And
Smells
another
like
thing.
almonds.
And another thing.
Interesting.
And another thing you notice is on the body, there is a symbol of an obsidian dagger, which, Breia, you would have heard this, is the symbol of, what else? The Assassin's Guild, known as the Obsidian Dagger.
Well, that makes sense. So it wasn't personal, it was a contract.
Doesn't seem to be someone that you've wronged this time, considering they were after all of us.
Apparently we know too much, whatever that means. But they weren't contracted directly. They were contracted by some external source. I imagine they sent a letter to the guild, and then this was just the missive that he received.
Do I find anything else interesting on the body?
Nothing of note.
Okay. Does he have, like, any packs of gear nearby or anything? I would like to see if he has, like... Well, he's an assassin, and he did try to poison us. Does he have a poisoner's kit anywhere?
Yes, he has a poisoner's kit, as well as 4 vials of various poisons, which I will send to you after session.
Okay.
And as well as, of course, 2 daggers and a rapier.
Okay, so, is the window open?
No.
Does it look safe? Like, do I see anything on the window, like a trap?
It does not look trapped.
Okay, Nani's gonna open the window and says, Thomas, get your bats out there and find whoever is watching us. We need to tell the tavern owner what actually happened here, because if we try to leave the scene and it's discovered later, we definitely will look guilty.
Honestly, I really think we should have brought him up here first. But I'll go fetch him, I suppose.
Let
Yeah, I'll
Lafayette know what the situation is as well.
Right. Where is Lafayette right now? On the outside?
Actively circling the tavern, yeah.
So
Breia
far-
will look outside, wait for you to pass back by.
It depends on what happens first. If the bats happen first, or does Breia come out first?
I'm assuming the bats are gonna happen first.
Yeah, I was
I
trying to
have
say.
to come down the stairs and everything first.
Yep. So the bats are sent out. So you see a bunch of bats flying out into the open air.
And with that, I'm going to trace it to the window and then promptly climb up to meet everybody at the window.
Nani immediately tells Lafayette, he killed himself. Cyanide pill tore up his room so that it would frame us as her murderers. We need to tell the tavern owner what happened.
Lafayette just kind of just nods. Yeah, that sounds right. She then signs out any emblem or anything.
Yes. Emblem of a dagger. Assassin's Guild.
I'm going to go to the body. If it has not been picked, I'm going to grab that emblem to look at it.
It is the symbol of the Obsidian Dagger. The Assassin's Guild.
Lafayette then turns to look at her, into her pack, then nods. She's going to hold on to that emblem, and she's going to put that in her pack. And I guess she'll wait until she has to explain the situation.
Okay, Breia.
Hi, buddy. I know we kind of came in terrifying, extremely terrifying perhaps, but I do need you to follow me upstairs if you please.
Okay.
Great, thanks.
And he kind of does a little shrew hop every time he walks.
Incredible, I love that.
Lafayette's gonna wait by the door. And when she sees the tavern keeper show up, she's going to sign out to see if he notices what she's just like signing out, just as a test.
He understands.
How strong is your stomach?
And not very.
Perhaps we should just explain it here then. Or, you know, at least take a look and brace yourself, because it's not a pleasant view.
I'd rather just hear about it if that's all right.
Thumbs up and points to Breia.
So, your little friend here, this guest that you have here, that would appear to be an assassin from. You said the
Obsidian dagger.
Obsidian dagger. Yeah. Okay. Would appear to be an assassin from the Obsidian dagger sent here to kill us, and she'll pull out the fucking jigsaw letter.
And
that has been taped back together.
And Lafayette will pull out the emblem to showcase that she's not lying.
Oh.
This is the missive that he received to take us out, and that came off of his clothes, indicating that he was indeed a member.
I see. Well, I will alert the guards on this.
No, if you could, actually. If you could wait just a smidge. I know that's an extremely suspicious sounding thing to say, but honestly, the church isn't exactly happy with us right now. I'd prefer if we just left without being dragged into an investigation.
Well, I do know about what happened, but I'm not exactly about to rope you guys in, of course.
Well, fantastic.
Would I recognize how this place is being run, like, since it's like kind of like really shoddy and there seems to be shady individual? Would I know how like these places function?
You know that this guy tries to run a neat and tidy tavern, but it's kind of difficult when you're the cheapest tavern in town that sells the cheapest booze, so everyone thinks that it's, a free-for-all.
Yeah, tracks. Okay.
So basically, we've walked in and we've just terrified this poor, average guy who has done nothing wrong and just wants to run his tavern in peace.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like us.
Yep. Lafayette just shakes her head dismissively and then looks over to Breia and signs out. Well, at least we don't have to worry about him trying to kill us anymore. Let's go ahead and just finish up here so we can get out of here. I'm tired of being here.
As you say that, Mishpa does slither out of the room looking very perturbed. She was looking to let off a bit of steam. That opportunity was taken from her, and now they're leaving a town that hates them for something that they did not do, and you can tell she is not in the best of mood. In fact, she takes the stool leg that she was using as an improvised weapon and just sort of starts cracking it in half over and over again as she makes her way down the stairs.
Mishpa,
Those look
why?
like cheap stools, right?
Yeah,
Can I just give the guy like 10 gold?
sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's had a rough day.
I can tell.
Lafayette then looks back into the room towards Nani and Tomas. Just waiting to see if anything else happens.
Yeah, my bat's
Otherwise, she's
still
going to
outside.
leave. Yeah.
Your bats do come back in, and they report that they did not see anyone outside the tavern.
Of course.
They can't see anybody watching us, but somebody knows all our movements. Unless... A second. Everybody hold still. I'm gonna try something. This might prove fruitless, but... She's gonna cast Detect Magic, and she's going to see if there's any divination magic on anyone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about my special eyes. Why haven't I been using that?
Your brand.
My brand.
My brand.
You don't see any divination magic on you guys.
Is there any out of the ordinary magic on anyone?
One sec. Let me pull up my notes.
Oh god, she's pulling up her big list of curses that she has on all of us right now.
Okay, you actually don't see any divination magic on you guys, but you do see this floating eyeball that's looking at you guys from the corner of the room.
Nani points it out. There. There's an eye watching us.
And just
We've been
and,
being scryed on this entire time, haven't we?
and when you point it out, it disappears.
It
I'm not
disappeared
that
as
bitch.
soon. It disappeared as soon as I pointed it out. Let's see. I've got this bad boy active for 10 minutes. I'm keeping my eyes peeled.
Mm-hmm.
I've got it active literally constantly. Help me out.
Well, upon hearing that, Lafayette just shakes her head, almost as if she's kind of disappointed with everything, and just begins to make her way out of the tavern to go meet up with Mishpa.
Mishpa.
What?
You cut out.
I was able to confirm somebody has been magically watching us.
Do you know who?
Not yet. But I intend on finding out.
They'd
Part of
best
me
pray you
wonders if it's
find out
even the
before
same
I
person.
do.
What's truly upsetting is that it may not be the same person who sent the assassin after us.
Certainly not.
I mean, for all we know, it could be the priest just checking on us, making sure we aren't doing anything wrong. And depending on when they did it, they would just see us handling a dead body.
No. That eye was definitely from the person that is trying to get rid of us. Like I said, how did the assassin know we were coming just after your father told us his location? That carriage, that wasn't to kill us. That was to slow us down.
But is it the same person that spread all the rumors as well?
That actually gives me an idea. I don't want to go back to that space, but perhaps we should go looking for clues.
At this point, I think it's just best if we let it lie. We're leaving in the morning, and we're leaving tomorrow anyway.
No, you
They
gotta
want
leave.
us out of here by
We
tonight.
have to leave by the time.
Well, then we're
night falls, I
leaving
believe.
tonight. You know what I mean? We're out by the end of the day anyway. I mean, unless they follow us to the next town.
They are going to follow us. This isn't concentrated here, Thomas. We have been put in charge in finding out who set up the destruction of North Hollow and preventing the same from happening across the rest of the country. There were there were blight zombies near your home. This isn't just concentrated to North Hollow. Even if we stop the march of the zombies up there, another outbreak could happen anywhere. It could happen here. Maybe that's why they want to get rid of us. This town could be on the verge of collapse, and we're the only ones that know why. And nobody trusts us, and everybody's out to get us because the criminals that are doing this for whatever reason want it that way.
That would also explain why the priestess wasn't warned about the zombies coming. She should have been, by all accounts, yet that information must have been blocked somehow.
Lafayette kind of pauses for a second and then points to Breia and then signs out, "You have that torn apart letter?
I do.
Give it here."
She'll give it to you.
I'm going to kind of look through it right quick, and if I can decipher additional info using Thieves' Cant, I would like to identify where this missive was obtained from.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage. Mm-hmm. So, the assassin was indeed obtained by the Obsidian Dagger, the Assassin's Guild, though you're not sure who sent this letter because it looks like whoever sent it could afford a scribe to send it for them.
Mm-hmm. So they hired a scribe to do it. But the question is, what scribe? And more importantly, where is the home of the scribes?
You do know that scribes are hired by pretty much anyone with money, because who can be arsed to do their own writing? So people like nobility, some of the guilds.
Rich bastards,
Uh, if the letter was sent by Parcel Pet, would there be any sort of like magical, like lingering residue or anything on it?
No.
Damn.
Lafayette's going to hold on to that letter, actually, and very gingerly puts it into a section of her pack where it'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
She might have a use for that later. She'll then sign out to the group. We have until tonight to glean what information they can, despite what stares and looks we get. So if you wish to commit an investigation here, we have to be quick and efficient to do so.
Yeah, we can't give up that easily, Thomas.
Wow.
Well,
Jesus.
Well, Nani, if I might ask, what is your plan for investigating then? I imagine you'll be taking point on it?
Well, if we have to go back to the nobility district anyways, and sniff around with the scribes, I'd like to investigate the scene where the cart came after us. Now that the crowd has probably cleared out of that area, I would like to perhaps take the form of a type of animal that would be able to sniff out for clues. See if I can track down the scent of whoever pushed that cart to us. Hopefully it's still lingering on the cart itself. I doubt anybody can be asked to do anything about that cart right this hour.
Lafayette signs out.
To animals.
I was literally just about to sign that out.
I was also gonna ask, can't you just talk to the horses?
True. I do have that spell active.
Lafayette makes a head motion. Then ignore their warnings. Let's head back and see if we can't glean the information.
Yes, let's go talk to those horses.
What time of day is it right now?
It is currently about 4 p.m.
So we have about a few hours until we need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Time to get to it.
Let's hurry back.
And I will use my ability to help traverse faster to get back to that spot, and ideally keep everybody obscured from the scolding eyes, actually.
Mm-hmm. Everyone roll me a stealth check.
Do they get advantage with my assistance here?
Yes.
Mishpa no stealth. Mishpa engi.
The dice want. How does that happen? Two doubles in a row.
7 plus 7 is 14, but then if you add another 7, it's 21!
Mishpa, you kind of stick out like a sore thumb, but everyone else, you're able to keep pretty low profile.
Yeah.
Huh, walking upright makes me less noisy. It's probably all the lack of skipping. It feels weird being able to run without skipping.
But you are able to eventually come to a stable, where you see the horses from the cart that ran you over are being led.
Do we wait for them to be alone?
Mishpa's going to slither up to the person who is leading them.
Or not?
You get a bit of a side eye from the human man that's leading them into the stables. Can I help you?
Shut the fuck up with your eyes. I need a word with those horses.
Jesus!
With your eyes. That's a powerful fucking statement.
That's so good.
Oh, I know the server name you're gonna have tonight.
Your eyes are too loud. Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
You want a word with the horses.
Yeah, I'm a druid. Surprise.
I ain't getting paid enough for this. And he just lets you talk to the horses.
Alright, I'm gonna use speak with animals.
Okay. You hear the horses are a little bit spooked still.
Hey. Calm down. I get it. You had quite the experience, huh?
Oh, it was awful.
You know what would make you feel better?
What?
Talk about it. Get it off your chest. Tell me what happened.
Well, there was this guy, and he just kind of... He jumped on my back and started hitting me with this crop. And I didn't know what to do. So I ran, and Meadow tripped over me, and then we just kind of ran into these bunch of people.
That's awful. What happened to the man that was hitting you?
I don't know, he just kind of jumped off before we fell.
She looks over at the other horse and says, "Did you see this man? What did this man look like that hit your friend?"
He was tall, and he had the long hair and pointy ears.
What color was his hair?
I don't know, I can't see color.
True. Okay, so he was tall, he had long hair, and he had pointy ears.
Ah?
Ask if he had bright or dark hair.
Was his hair bright or dark?
Bright.
Bright. Okay. What was he wearing? Was he wearing anything like what we're wearing?
Yeah, he was wearing a cloak and the dark stuff.
So he was dressed like her. Points to Lafayette.
Yeah.
Okay, so tall guy, bright hair, pointy ears, dressed up like a chinchilla. Anything else?
Lafayette just jabs you on the side with that comment.
Did he say anything?
I heard a lot. Giddy up, giddy up. Kill them bitches.
What was there any sort of smell?
What did he smell like?
He smelled like he was bleeding.
He smelled like he was bleeding.
Yeah.
Did the horses have any blood on them?
A little bit.
Oh, gang.
What?
Our friend was injured when he rode these horses, and she gladly points out the blood.
Meaning that it's a different guy from the other guy, right? Because as far as we saw on his body, he was not injured, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
Cool. This works with my working theory.
The trail's back on. Did you see what direction that he went when he jumped off your friend?
That way.
And he jerks his head over to the east.
Smacks the fucking guy next to him.
Thank you very much. We'll make sure that bad man gets a good crop on his hindquarters and see how he likes it, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys have... You two have been really helpful. Here, have some carrots.
Wahoo!
Oh, yum, 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 yum. And they just lick up the carrots from your hands.
All right. So, aside from me turning into some sort of bloodhound, anybody got a way to track this blood?
They said he was injured before he jumped on the horse, right?
Yes.
Do you think there might have been a trail left?
Potentially.
And
We should go back
he
and
was still
retrace the
injured
step.
after.
We should go back to where it was overturned and see if we can't find any more of that blood.
Yes, but just in case, let's see. Can I turn into any kind of dog that's particularly good at tracking scents?
Yeah. Honestly, a dog by itself just as good as tracking scents.
Bloodhounds have a better sniffer, but yeah, like all dogs have a really good sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn into a dog, guys. I need one of you to lift me up so I can sniff the blood stain, and then take me to the scene of the crime so that I can, sniff out a trail.
Fine by me.
All right. And she's going to wild shape into a pooch.
What kind of pooch?
Black lab.
Okay, Mishpa will
yeah.
lift you up towards the blood stain.
Okay.
Was that really necessary?
Ass.
All right. Nani Pooch is, you get the scent?
Yeah.
All right, make me a perception check with advantage.
Am I using my my regular perception?
Yes.
Cool.
Lafayette gives a dismissive wave to the person handling the horses as if he's free to go.
He nods and takes the horses into the stables. Nani, you do smell a trace.
Nani wiggles out of Mishpa's arms and begins to follow the trail.
This had better lead us to something I can punch, or I'm going to be very disappointed.
It's actually leading you over this way.
If you brace for disappointment, you can't be all that disappointed afterwards.
That sounds like somebody who wants to get punched.
Please don't.
Jesus.
Not the face.
Give it to someone. Give it to someone who can actually take it. Punch Thomas.
You.
He's half vampire. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you can take a punch. We watched it happen.
Oh boy. Okay, so the blood trail ends here.
Nani kind of goes in a bit of a circle and then sits down with a head tilt.
Good girl. Anyway, I'd like to make an investigation check now.
I will
Okay,
assist for advantage.
okay.
Thank you.
Didn't even need it.
Ooh.
Didn't need it.
All right. You look up and you see hanging on a windowsill, well, not hanging, but standing on a windowsill is a Kenku who looks extremely frightened. And indeed, his leg is bleeding slightly and is bandaged up.
Excuse me. You appear to be injured.
Uh-huh.
Would you like some help with that, or...
While you talk, Lafayette is just gonna very quietly cycle around out of view and just climb up to be right behind him.
This is what she's trying to let happen, yes?
Yeah,
Well-
alright, good.
Well, what's behind him is a window. He is flush against the window and wall.
Gets pushed against the window and wall.
Climb that wall. Climb that wall and shut the
it-
hole.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Your friend kind of looks like she wants to kill me rather than heal me.
No, she just kind of looks like that. She's had a very rough afternoon.
Mid-climb, she will point to Mishpa. That one will kill you.
I promise. She's a very good friend of ours. She would never murder anyone.
Oh, okay, that's a
Probably.
fucking lie. Don't sugarcoat it.
Is the Kenku looking at Nani Dog?
No, the fuck it's not. Shut up.
He's looking at all of you, except for Lafayette, because sneak.
He very much is trying to convince him to come down, and if that doesn't work, trying to give Lafayette time.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is to basically just knock him down to the ground, right? Or just like bring him down.
Yeah, if I can't convince him to come down, he needs to get down here one way or the other.
I'll say at
I'm
this
gonna
point,
go for a ride.
Yep, Lafayette, you are right next to him.
I'm just gonna bide my time and wait till he's like sufficiently distracted, and if he does not comply to get down with Breia's convincing, she's going to force him down.
Nani is going to change back into her regular form, and she says, Mishpa, catch him, but don't break his bones.
Fine.
Yet.
Quite frankly, I don't know what they're talking about. Absolutely nothing is coming to knock you down right now.
And oops.
Wait, what?
Oh shit, how could that have happened?
I'm forcing him down.
Okay.
Right
Just-
into my arms.
Yep. And he gets into your arms, and he tries to wiggle away.
Stay still.
It's in your best interest that you don't try to resist. I really would hate to see what happens if you don't just go along with it.
And Lafayette's just going to perch right where he was and just watch.
Look, I was just hired to do a job. I didn't mean anything by it. I don't even know who you are.
By
Lafayette then
who?
points
Who
at
hired you?
that. Lafayette then holds up the fucking emblem that she picked earlier and shows it from up above. Shut up, you. You're too fat. Be quiet.
The cats followed us from the tavern.
Yes, one of them took a liking to you.
It's the same cat from the Necromancer Hall.
We better not get that cat too close to the Necromancer Tower.
I shall
Anyways.
call him Christopher.
Yeah, I'm showing him the emblem, the Assassin's Guild emblem, just to see if that gets a reaction out of him.
He looks confused by it.
She will put it away.
Answer the question. You said she looked like she was going to kill you. Now she's holding you and has a very clear opportunity to do so.
Okay. It was
Nani's making sure that there's nothing that's like coming out of the ordinary to kill this guy, like an arrow from 100 yards away. Like, I am not letting you kill this guy right before he gives us information.
Yeah, I am going to actually like send out my bats to sort of watch over the area.
Yeah.
We can't see it.
Rumors have
She's
been
shaking her
spreading-
fist as we figure out her exact plan.
Rumors have been spreading pretty fast around here. We want to know why.
Okay. It was this lady, Shadar Kai.
Kai lady.
Does she have a name?
Imala.
Wasn't there... I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there a female Shadarkai at the inn?
There was.
I
barkeep.
have my target.
The barkeep who works at the bar that got us poisoned?
Not the barkeeper, but the the owner.
No, the server.
Oh, the
One
server.
of the servers, yeah.
Yeah, she was one of the servers.
So that's how that poison got in there.
And we never thought to question her because we were too busy questioning the chef.
Well, I think we have what we need. Mishpa, if you will.
Not quite yet.
What? No, the server isn't the person. Because you remember, the server is a guy. He's talking about a woman.
Who is this Imala person?
She's my contact from Padina.
Does her name sound familiar to me then?
She works for the Scholars Guild.
Oh.
Do I know that name?
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Shit.
And then you all remember. And then you all remember what RaveCatNina said this session.
And just as we learned some information that the Scholars Guild doesn't want us to have.
But we didn't have that information when they tried to poison us.
We did. Or at least there's a chance that they know we did. The cave with the Naga writing. Or we sent the Scholars Guild to the abandoned war site.
Lafayette then actually turns her head towards Thomas. Because if I'm not mistaken, you were the one that let the Scholar Guild know about this.
That is true, yeah.
So technically, it is your fault, in a sense. And I mean that
true, yeah.
respectfully.
I looked
But I'm
over
gonna hurt
that
you.
letter, though. It didn't imply that we found anything important.
We have found something important. We discovered that the Nagas were innocent.
We also
Yes, but
found
they have no
the
reason to
skeleton
know
of
that.
a giant naga.
True. I wonder how much of this is about Mishpa having that information.
And there's the map that we found of the tunnels and the potential leading of that large temple as
That's
well.
Lafayette.
precisely what I tried to have excluded from that letter, though. So how would they know that we knew that?
Lafayette whistles and then points to the guy that Mishpa's still holding. Probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, Mishpa, anyway,
Oh.
kill him.
Oh, don't worry. He's going to forget about all of this, aren't you?
Yes, of course. Not a
As
word.
As a matter of course, how much were you paid for this job?
10,000 gold?
What the fuck?
Damn.
Wow, you've done an exceptionally poor job for 10,000 gold. Are you like a professional or like?
Ah, yes. Well, unfortunately, you're not. I'm sure you'll be willing to share that with us now, won't you?
Yes, we missed out on a rather large payday from providing some information.
You want to take this guy's money?
Yeah, the money that he didn't really deserve.
Bro,
Truth
he
be told.
tried to get
He
us
also tried to
killed.
kill us.
I think we're doing him a favor by not killing him and just taking his money.
You know, as evil as it is, right? We're trying to maintain some dignity. You know, we're not all evil. You did try to fucking kill us, right? And some people are from the Isle of Ash, and others just have really evil tendencies. So, like, you know, he doesn't really deserve it.
Let's leave at least a little bit with this guy. After all, thanks to us talking in front of him, now he knows too much. And he's got to get out of town, maybe even out of the country. Because if the Scholars Guild is still watching us, then they know that you know, and you better get the fuck out of here. Because if
That is a point.
if they're going to this extent to kill us just because we know, well, you don't have a team like ours to save your hide. You better go into hiding and get the heck out of here.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm saying that for your sake, buddy. Like, yeah, you tried to kill us. Fuck you for that. But also, now you're in the same boat as us. I feel bad for you. But I do still want some of that money.
Right. Whatever you need.
Good. And Mishpa's going to put him down on his feet, but she is going to keep a firm grip on his shoulder. I assume you don't travel with that amount of money on you, so you can lead me to where it is, and I will pick it up.
He leads you over to an alley where it narrows, and you see a big sack of coins.
I think we can all evenly split 5,000. That seems reasonable, right?
10,000.
Well, he has 10,000. I'm not going to say we should take all 10,000. That sounds silly. Besides, he gave me that delightful little yelp when it sounded like we were going to kill him. That was amusement for me.
Can you carry 5,000 gold, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 1,000 gold for each of us, and you get the other half, and hire your way out of this country.
Mhm.
What's your name, kid?
Jareth.
Well, if I hear anything bad happen to you, I'll pull one out for your sake. But I hope that doesn't happen, Jareth. Don't take jobs like this anymore. Get out of this country, turn over a new leaf, find a new life.
Yes, try to get a real job, Goblin King.
Let me make it easier for you. If I ever see you again, I will kill you.
With that, he takes his 5,000 gold and skitters away.
There,
Well,
now he
I guess we
actually
got
has
paid
some
for
good
that after
motivation.
all.
So then, we were heading to Padina anyways, and it seems that the Scholars Guild wants us gone so badly that they're willing to go against the prince. Corruption runs deep in this country, it seems.
Extremely. Does the prince exert any major control over the Scholars Guild, or is it mostly independent with some minor oversight?
It's the latter. The guilds work mostly independent, aside from paying due taxes. And as long as they essentially do help the kingdom function, but all in all, the guild masters act more independent.
Follow-up question, is hiring an assassin illegal?
Yes.
Why, yes,
Well.
extremely.
I mean, obviously, I was just double-checking.
Yes, hiring an assassin is very illegal. It's on par with murder.
Fabulous. On
to
par
be
with
fair,
murder,
yeah.
Exactly? Hell yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. The question wasn't really whether or not it was illegal. It was what's the level of illegality?
Yeah, it is.
Is it
it
as
is,
bad
it
as
is,
murder?
It is the same as murdering someone.
Fantastic. Well, that's gonna be really bad for Miss Shadow Sky Lady, whose name I forgot immediately.
Amala.
Amala.
But as you guys are contemplating this, you actually get a parcel pet.
Ah, fuck.
What?
I don't like the
And
sound of
I
that.
more
roll
good
the
news?
D100. Can I roll it?
Sure.
Yay!
71.
You get a schnauzer.
Oh.
Hurrah!
And he's holding a letter.
Of course
Shocking.
he is. I would
Addressed
hope so.
to which of us?
All of you.
Ah, fuck.
One of the classic collective letters. I love those. And she'll take it and open it.
Is it from the royal we?
You see that it is a letter of introduction, inviting you to a manor house in Padina, saying that I heard about the rumors that have been spreading. Yes, they have spread this far. Word spreads
Is that in
fast.
parentheses on there?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
But I do not believe them. I actually wish to help you. Please come to my manor house in Padina, where we can discuss some sort of deal. And he also mentions, my employee Maeve has actually told me about you all, and I wish to meet you. With, sincerely, Valor.
Well,
It
looks like we have an in with the
come
man that
through.
we needed to go see anyways. But if the rumors have spread all the way to Padina, guys, we might be sneaking into Padina.
They'll let me in if they know what's good for them.
Lafayette just shakes her head.
Yeah, I don't think that we'd be able to sneak you around.
I can
Lafayette
only
then,
hope that people who know me, quote unquote, will have a harder time believing that sort of thing.
Lafayette hops down from like the window and then perches up next to Buddy and then signs out. Rest assured, I'm pretty sure I can find a way to get everybody in quietly.
But what are we going to do about, the long girl?
The who?
Mishpa.
Mishpa.
She looks at her and then just signs out. And then she just shrugs. Actually, she shrugs first and signs out. With a bit of wiggle, she could fit about anywhere.
Maybe we could
What
discuss.
fascinating phrasing.
I know exactly what I said, and I'm not sorry.
Mishpa grins and gives her tail a little wiggle.
Well, there's a thought I hadn't had yet. Anyway.
Maybe we could disguise her as a centipede and convince everybody that she is a harmless omokade.
Lafayette just rolls her eyes.
Just imagine all the fake little legs running along her body like deet, 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 deet.
Honestly, I would kill for, like, Mishpa's alternate costume to be just, like, this awful cardboard caterpillar costume.
Yes,
Dress like a fucking Mario Wiggler.
Yeah.
I am a harmless caterpillar. I am a harmless, hungry caterpillar. Share with me your fruit.
No, share with me your fruit bread.
Bread.
Well, anyway, we can worry about that when we actually get there. For now, we have the excuse that we need to leave early, I suppose.
Lafayette considers something right quick. Before nodding. And she actually is going to pull out a map right quick. Hey, hold on. Please get out of my room and stay out. Thank you. Needy cat today, good lord. Alright. But Lafayette's going to pull out a map that she had. And she's going to tap a specific location that's been circled on it that's not too far from here. And show it to everybody. She will then follow up with signing out. Before we fully leave, bide your time until tonight, but I have some loose ends to tie in here right quick while I still can. Do me a solid, gather up everything you need to get, restock on supplies while you still can, and meet me at this location come around 8. We'll be meeting someone there.
Right.
Okay.
And trust me, it'll be an interesting thing.
All right. And also, you do know that it is a 3-day trip to Vaker. Or to Bedina.
There you go. I was like, wait a minute.
It's like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
We were just there.
Vaker 2.
Baker Boogaloo.
Baker Boogaloo, yeah. It's a 3-day trek to where you already are.
Man, that big is Texas big.
Jesus.
Everything's bigger in Baker.
God, Baker being Texas is a horrible idea.
No. It's a kind of culty place run by the church. That's right.
God, no.
Damn, we lost all our Texas viewers.
Oh, wow.
They know what they fucking did.
Anyway.
That's the title. Sorry to all the Texans.
Anyway. Lafayette, after that, will fold up the map and put her back in her pack. Now that she's given that information. and just going to send out. I'm going to branch off from everybody here for a little bit. Remember the routes that I gave you and take that back to the inn. I'll regroup with you here later tonight.
As you
Very
say.
well.
Oh, and since we're here, while we still have a little bit of time, consider looking at some of the magic shop with the freshly gained money. Perhaps something to ward off any prying eyes. Check the magic shops here. Maybe they have something.
Breia, you know just the place.
People, we are going to Costco! It's time to do my favorite thing, get lost in Target!
Send the owner my regards.
Will do.
And with that, Lafayette's going to branch away and leave everybody else to their antics.
Speaking of which, we could do with some lighthearted banter. Let's go to the antics.
Yay.
Yay,
All right.
verily.
Okay, what do you want to do at Corvier's? By the way, I will mention, since you now have the gold for it, if you do want to get a house, they do have houses that are outside any city.
Like, we want to get one here?
No, I'm saying, like, on the road, out in the wilderness, anywhere.
I was gonna say, what do you think was just said, my guy?
So if you want a place to call home in your base, you could get one.
Portable base, let's go.
Hell yeah.
And yes, every
Our
base.
very own Baba Yaga hut.
And yes,
Yeah.
every house actually has a teleportation circle where you can teleport back.
Well, there also appears to be a teleportation crystal that would make traveling a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Does the familiar location have to be one that we're all familiar with, or like for Padina,
Just
for
one.
instance?
Just one person.
So, like, I live there, we could just go.
Yep.
It's almost like she wants to cut down on travel time, guys.
That's
I mean,
what I'm hearing.
listen, me too, man.
Wait, if we get the crystal of teleportation, then we could get back to that cozy little town before the zombie apocalypse.
Yes.
Or we could just go to Padina, where we're already going. I live there, it's familiar to me.
Well, yeah, we're gonna go to Padina and do the stuff that we were gonna do there. Then we can teleport back to the little village and save them with fire.
Gwen is showing.
Save
Oh
them
my
how?
god.
We're gonna fight all the zombies? That's your idea?
With flamethrowers?
Those don't exist yet.
I throw flames.
That seems extremely anachronistic.
You got the better way to kill blight shroom zombies?
I think even that one would result in us getting overrun before we got rid of many of them.
Well, then we need to get more people that can light stuff on fire.
Honestly,
How
just
about
an army
for
of
right
wizards
now?
casting fireball simultaneously is the best way to take out a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
How about we all just chip in for the things that we really want? That's the crystal of teleportation, a house that we can take with us, and I really need that blanket of mental healing.
Oh, I know you do. God, that blanket costs more than a phone does. What world do we live in here?
You can't put a price
Capitalism.
on mental health.
This episode is
So that
sponsored
I
by
think
BetterHelp.
if I'm-
Anyway,
I think,
No.
I think if I'm doing my math right, that's 2,400 altogether for those 3 items. Is there anything else anyone wants to pile on? Because we essentially have an excess of about 4,000 gold between all of us that we could spend here.
Okay, what are we getting? We're getting the house?
The house, the crystal of teleportation, and a blanket of mental healing.
A mental reminder, just for the sake of it, Lafayette did ask specifically for anything that has anti-magic or anything that can be anti-scrying.
Yes. Does the house come standard with that?
Yes, it's actually a security measure.
Thank fuck.
Okay.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
Yes,
But
free
we can't take
free,
that into...
free homeland security.
Excellent.
But we can't take that into towns with us, though. Are there any sort of, like, magical items that could be worn that we might be able to use to ward off, like, scrying and clairvoyance and stuff like that?
Yes, there's an amulet of anti-detection.
How much do those run?
They run 150 gold each.
How many does he have?
They have as many as you need. This is fantasy Costco. They just have it.
You
Any
can actually
discount
just
for
buy
buying
them in a
5 at
bulk
once?
5-pack.
Sure.
5-pack discount.
The 5-pack takes off $50.
For 350
Excellent.
gold, you get 5.
Oh, damn.
Okay,
You
we'll take
truly
that.
are a benevolent god.
You are way too nice with your profits.
Shush.
I know what I said.
Corvier doesn't give a shit about profit, okay?
Yeah, he's
Okay, so that's-
Corvier.
So that's
He's just a nice
2750
guy who may or may
so
not be
far.
alive or dead.
You want to get a couple of telestones just for the convenience of that?
Yeah,
Sure.
we'd only need ones for, I guess, the Isle Dwellers, because I assume... I know I have one, and I'm assuming Thomas does too.
Yeah, Thomas has a telestone.
Oh, you guys have telestones? Oh, awesome.
I have telestone?
How do you use this dang thing?
Wait a minute, this is a telestone? I just thought it was a camera.
I thought this was just a weird rock.
You can make phone calls with this too?
No, seriously, when did I get a telestone?
You're rich! You have a telestone!
I've had your number for like years, man. Did you forget you had one?
I thought this was the YouTube machine. I
he'd
can
watch
send
TikTok.
text messages with this.
Thomas, add your
Nah.
fucking telestone.
Thomas would watch TikTok, not YouTube.
Thomas doesn't
course.
have the attention span.
He doesn't have the attention span.
Should we bother getting one for Lafayette because she's mute?
Actually,
Get one of those
I sh-
apps that's like a bunch of like talking buttons.
The animal translation app where it just looks at their face and it understands what they're trying to say.
you just put it against the Lafayette's face. I am angry.
Yeah.
Die.
It literally
Must be
just
broken, that's all it says.
I've never heard it say anything else.
Okay, so are we getting 2 or 3 telestones? In all seriousness,
2 seems to
Does
make the most
Lafayette have
sense
one?
unless it can be used telepathically.
I don't think Lafayette would be able to use one.
Oh yeah.
Mute moment.
Insert tough waving hand in front of eyes meme.
okay, we're up to 3350 right now. So
That means that there's
That sounds like a pretty
650
good price
left.
until you realize you're talking 33,000 gold.
3300.
Actually,
So
that's kind of a steal.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to get?
We could afford a party carriage driven by a drake.
We teleport everywhere. But
We're trying to stay low key.
To be clear,
But
To be
wouldn't
clear-
that be funny to just
Oh,
arrive at Padina, just
it would be exceptional, honestly. But also,
have the fucking Drake dancing like fucking Timon and Pumbaa halfway through Hakuna Matata?
I will also say, you can use that money as well to modify your house. So you can add a...
there's an upgrade system to our house. Wow!
Yep. And you can add extra rooms, you can add a stable, you can add whatever you want. You can add a garden or farmland.
Those
how much
bastards.
was-
It's an app game.
how much is an invisible servant to feed the horse while we forget he's there?
Our house has microtransactions.
Oh, fuck, you're right, yeah.
So, I
need a bigger
I give you real money.
Who the fuck spent $650 on a Candy Crush wall?
I hand you real money right now.
Crush wall.
How much better of a house can I get? I'm trying to pull for the Hatsune Miku wallpaper. I will give you $25 right now.
No, only use in-house money to do the 10 pulls. We don't use our real money for that anymore. You know what happened the last time that you tried to get the Gorillas wallpaper.
I know what happened, but I really wanted it, and I got it. I got it in like 3 tries. Come on, it wasn't that bad. Was that $300? Maybe.
You did more pulls to unlock more costumes.
Because I had the currency left over from getting the microtransactions before that, and then I had to get more to get the rest of the costume.
This costume is just her with a shopping bag and a leak.
I'm sorry. I thought we were playing D&D, not a fucking mobile game with microtransactions.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Snap someone's neck.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
Wow, exceptionally rude.
I apologize. We've been having too much fun with this bit.
Behave, or die.
That's the one thing I'm known for not doing. Come on now.
I don't.
Oh shit, Lafayette! If we pay 100 gold, we can get that as a banner at the front door. Behave or die.
So, do we want any upgrades for the house?
Lilac, I'm probably going to contact you about my character for the other campaign. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I have a new idea that I would like to brainstorm now.
Oh, come on. You don't want to do the original thing?
Don't worry.
Designed
Don't worry. It's
to
just
kill
an edit
us.
to the current idea. It's just an
Okay.
edit to the current idea.
Okay, because if you were going to take that away, I'd be so disappointed.
Don't worry. No, that's too good of an idea to pass up.
Okay.
I'd just like to redesign my character to do as much.
I would like to go from I would like to be nice to nah, I'm back to cunt.
I want max DPS,
Nice. You had
and
the
I
opportunity
want
this time.
friendly fire damage to be at maximum.
Look, I'm sorry that I made fun of microtransactions in your D&D. Come on, you can still be nice.
Anyway, continue, please, before I
Did you
lose my
say your
mind.
attempts to be nice have failed in the past?
Yes, actually, Emily being a very good example of that.
And Celine.
And Selena.
Yeah,
That's the story for off video hours, though.
Yeah, anyway. So, do you want any upgrades for your house? It comes with 3 bedrooms, the teleportation circle, and Homeland Security.
Why don't you get the shower DLC while you're at it?
ADT is crazy.
It comes with 2 bathrooms.
When I get an extra shower.
How big are the bedrooms? Like, are they Naga sized?
They're the size that you guys stayed at the inn with. They're decently
I mean, we
sized.
stayed at a suite while we were here.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
They're decently sized. They're Naga sized.
Okay, good. It's not
I was
racist.
gonna, I was gonna say, do we need the fucking Naga expansion next? That's what's happening. God, it's gonna fall out my brain now.
How much to add on a kitchen?
It comes with a kitchen.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay,
that's probably
yeah.
standard. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a standard house with 3 bedrooms.
What are these suggestions
Like I said,
again?
extra rooms, a stable, a garden. Heck, you could get a plot of land for a farm.
And this is just like a portable house?
No, it's a house that you have that's just
Oh.
anywhere you want in the continent.
So it's somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Basically, an emergency base of operations in case we have to bail.
Yes.
Ah.
No one can detect you, no one can find you, and the house actually appears invisible to all those who walk past it.
Wait, there's $650 left over from everything that we've gotten so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I could throw down an extra 100, like a pair of those fairy wings.
You want to spend the rest of the money that we had reserved for this for a set of fairy wings.
Or we could figure out how to split $650 5 ways.
so everybody could get fairy wings.
No.
Okay.
So that everybody has some extra money.
I was gonna say because that sounds like an option you would do.
Didn't Mishpa like spend all her money on beer or something? No, it was a broken door. Sorry. Sorry. You're not a drunkard. You just destroy public property. Private property. You destroy stuff.
Destroy.
Okay, I'm going to the checkout aisle if nobody else is making any big suggestions.
I mean, I still think we should probably get the house a stable, because if we're going to use the teleportation stone often, Frank's going to need a place to be.
All right, how much to add on a stable?
150.
Sweet, that leaves us with 500 exactly. Woo!
Is food included?
No.
Yeah. How much for a pantry?
50.
Or a larder.
I would just say 50 for a fully stocked pantry and fridge. Like starting food.
Oh,
That shit won't last.
but that takes us down to 450. It's uneven now.
How much for the farmland?
That would be 150.
Anybody opposed to getting some farmland so we can grow our own food while we're there?
Whoever wants to grab it.
I'm cool with that.
I'm not there, so I can't really voice opinions. Not like I can do it anyway.
And that's 3
Okay,
acres.
we're up to-
That's 3 plots of land, each an acre, so you can have multiple crops or animals.
Hey, something for Nani. All right, we're up to 3,700 now.
So there's 300 left. Let's get all the stuffed familiars.
Is there anybody who is going to say who is going to stop us?
What, stop us
Listen.
from getting the stuffed familiars?
I'm asking.
What do you...
I
Why?
need you to understand this. If Breia was not attempting to seem cool in front of you people, which is already shot, but that's what she would be doing with her money.
You're
Just
not
give it a
gonna
bunch-
replace me, are you, Breia?
No, I'm just adding more friends for you. It's different.
Yay! Yay!
Okay, Charlie, here's the list of the cute and cuddly friends that you can have. Who seems fun?
Hmm.
And he looks at the list.
Yes, we will get one stuffed familiar, and Charlie will pick.
Hmm. I want to get the owl.
You know what? I was leaning towards Owl.
Fantastic choice.
All right, let's get the owl.
Yay!
And he does little bouncies. And just with each bounce, you just hear.
Love that.
Okay, we're at 37.25.
Which leaves us 275 left.
You guys don't have to go broke.
So
Yeah, we can keep some of the money
You're
for
also
like
gonna
later.
You're gonna have to divide that 250 left between everybody, because you're not getting that 1,000. That shit's gone.
yeah, so like $50 for everybody, plus an additional 25 for who has the least money? Probably Mishpa, but is she responsible enough with it?
Out loud?
That is
No.
wild thing.
No,
to
I
say.
will. I will say right off the bat, like Mishpa doesn't really care about money.
Okay, so an extra 25 for Thomas, because he's the trauma dump now.
What do you mean? All that happened was I found out my dad was a vampire.
And then everybody found out that you were a vampire. Congratulations, your reputation is shot. Here's 25 gold.
And then your reputation got shot more by that letter.
Thanks.
So the last question we need to answer, though, where on the continent do we want to put the house?
Here, let me give you the map. Whoop.
Move the zombies 2 more dots. I know you're gonna do it.
I already moved the zombies.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh yeah, they're right next to Zelta. Damn.
Now you see it?
Aren't they
Now
just-
you see what I was saying?
Yeah, they're right
Okay,
there.
so where to put the house? I'm focusing on the important things right now.
Where should we live?
How about some nice oceanfront property? Let's put it right next to the scary snake temple.
Oh, that's not a place.
I mean, honestly, it would be a really great place to put it, purely because whenever it finally becomes important that we go there, we can just cut right to it.
You can cut right
And
to
I mean,
anything.
it's in an easily defensible position. It's got the mountains on one side, the ocean on another.
Yeah, well, you say you can cut to anywhere. It has to be familiar to us. We've never been there.
That's true.
Ah, damn it.
Well, it still comes with a teleportation circle. You can just get there.
I know, but if we put the house there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying it's a good idea to put the house there for convenience reasons. The future plot.
Can we get away with that?
I'll allow it.
Going by the parameters set down by the DM, I don't see why not.
I mean, according to the rules of the store, we just tap somewhere on the map and it goes there.
They can set that up for us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle of the Miracle Woods. That's where we gotta go.
I mean, I was considering, like, far down away from the zombies, but like the zombies aren't going to cross over the mountains.
Well, so as far as we know, they can't see us from the way this was described, so...
Also, like, how can you say that the zombies aren't going to reach Zelta before we get back? They're already at the edge of Zelta.
Don't worry
We're not
about
even
it.
at Padina.
Don't worry about it.
How fucking dare you? I am immediately worrying about
You
it.
should really just take that off the map and just let everybody wonder. I'm gonna be real.
I honestly
Because
agree.
we don't
No,
know.
keep it on the map, but make it as small as possible so we have to zoom in super duper close. So that the distance is kind of indeterminate.
So yeah, are we putting it next to the scary snake temple?
Again, up to y'all. I'm not there.
Honestly, that kind of seems logical. Because it is a very defensible position beyond just being convenient.
Yep.
And that there's nothing stopping us from exploring beyond the bounds of the house, right?
Nope.
Yeah, so we teleport there, we take a look around, make sure that it's safe, and then if it turns out it's not, we can go back into our invisible home and then teleport back to like Padina or something. We have essentially been given a free pass here. I say we take it.
Besides, if it is scary out there, we get to use that gif of Abe Simpson walking out of the house and then walking back in and putting his hat away immediately.
And
I love that gif.
And bonus points, you would all make Mishpa very, very happy.
Scary Snake Temple it is.
Okie dokie. I'll put down a little marker for your house.
Hooray! And all our money is gone. Again.
I got 50 gold.
We
out of
spent
this
how
one.
much?
3,750 altogether.
There we go.
Plus the 25 for the owl.
Actually,
Yeah, so Yeah.
37.25.
I'm gonna make that
37.25
brighter.
altogether. Or
And we took
37.75, sorry.
We took what, 5,000 from that guy?
5,000, 1,000
Yeah.
to each.
Yes, and so it was 4,000 between the four of us that were there. Lafayette still has her 1,000. And the remaining 200 was split between us, with the extra 25 going to Tomas because Nani felt sorry for him.
All right, so I
And
got
most-
75 gold total.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
What I was concerned about is where is that number coming from? Because it would be 5,000 minus 3,725, right? Which is like
4,000
Well,
minus.
yeah, remember, because I'm not there.
oh yeah, Lafayette's not here. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Not that you would probably contribute to any of this as it stands, honestly.
I just wanted one thing. Y'all motherfuckers is just splurging at this point.
You
so,
can't
like,
walk into a place like that and not walk out with more than what you were going in for.
Literally,
This is
this was
I
the
trust
getting
you
lost in
bitches.
Target
Let's show you
situation. This was the exact getting lost in Target situation.
Lafayette
This is
is
exactly
going
what
to
you-
be so proud of us.
No. Literally.
I mean, why
this is a
wouldn't she be?
situation
We're
where-
homeowners.
I can just hear her now. It sounds like
Yeah. Very good. You get 1 point for that. Very good.
Nani's just wearing had like this like look on her face, like half-lidded eyes, just like wow.
Yeah, your look just goes kind of like flat and uninterested.
It's gonna be just like that.
Man, for a very heavy session, this This is great. This is great.
Also,
We just have
I'm
no
a really
chill.
big fan of just like that tiny pencil drawing of a purple house.
Yes. That's your house now.
Hooray! All right, let's celebrate with some coffee.
No! Where did you even get that? She snatches it.
No, my sippy.
She fully just downs it instantly. You can tell that she has done that many a time.
Corvair, of course, thanks you for your purchase.
Man,
I bet he does.
Man, Breia, I'm surprised you enjoy coffee with laxative chocolate in it so much.
That's fucked.
I'm joking.
Well, I see we have some big spenders today.
I always said at the first opportunity this is exactly what would happen.
Well, I'm glad you want to waste your money in my shop.
Isn't that the waste? This stuff is actually going to be very useful.
Of course.
As you say that, Mishpa is just draping the blanket over her shoulders and just going warm.
See, look at how happy she is. Perfect use of money. Anyway.
Yes, your snake girlfriend is happy. We're all happy for you.
I did not say... Never mind.
After a bit
Breia,
of...
There's room for another.
But we can talk about this later.
After a bit of tapping on the map,
All right, your new house is set. You can teleport there whenever you're ready.
Well, I suppose after we deal with whatever it is that Lafayette needs us to deal with, we could pop over there.
alrighty. So, your shopping trip ends, and I'll get you back to Vaker.
Yeah, those side eyes and those horrible murmurs aren't going to bother me now. I got my blanket.
And I will
I'm
say,
sorry, I can't hear you over the incredible warmth and joy I'm feeling.
and I will say, you eventually do meet up with Lafayette.
Mishpa will toss Lafayette her anti-scrying amulet. Everybody has one, so be sure to add those to your inventories.
I also got a telestone, right?
Yes.
Yes, I got a telestone too.
And we didn't buy anything else.
What do you mean? We got that teleportation
No!
crystal and
No,
also
no, but-
bought beachfront property.
We hold on. We can't just dump that on her.
Yeah, that's a Sekhmet thing to do.
I mean, Mishpa legitimately doesn't see any reason to not tell her right away, so...
Lafayette just does not seem to care. There's no reaction whatsoever.
Oh, you were bang on the money, Nani.
Yeah. I know, my friend.
Don't call me that.
I also got this
What?
incredibly wonderful blanket.
Whatever you say, acquaintance.
Much better.
When she is there, you actually see a, for some of you a familiar face, for others a brand new one. You see Alberman.
What time is it
This
right
who
now?
we were meeting up with.
I did say meet up with her at around 8, so it's
Oh,
tonight,
8,
technically,
okay.
so we're out of there.
Yep.
I'm sorry, is this...
Alberman in the flesh.
The one and the same.
A pleasure
Whoa.
to see you again.
Again? You met a Cape Crusader and you didn't tell us?
Well, in my
when we got
defense, you were
back,
kind
it
of
was
dying
kind
at the
of-
point.
Yeah.
I understand, but it would have been so cool to wake up to find out that you met him.
But you didn't wake up is the problem.
You did the opposite of waking up. You stayed dead until we fixed you.
For about a minute or so, yeah.
When I came back to life, I could have been reborn with the knowledge.
That's crazy. Except there's a part where
Right.
I don't care. So we're gonna keep rolling on with this.
Just imagine the little boy's surprise when he wakes up in bed with his cancer gone and finds out the Batman is real.
Shut up.
That's
Shut up.
too
Shut
real.
up.
Jesus.
Just
I think the
shut
I
up.
think the silence after that statement really said it all.
It set everything.
I don't think you've ever been as sick of our bits as you are right now, and that's not in a time that I've seen anyway. So that's impressive.
Oh yeah, no, that one just like it's like, please process, focus, game. This is not fucking. You're not a cancer patient. It's like, stop your shit, please.
There's a wild gorilla in the woods.
No, the little boy is the cancer patient.
You
Anyway.
fucking cartoon.
We're giving Amara a fucking aneurysm.
I hate it here.
I'm fucking Krampusing.
Lafayette, I didn't realize you were an acquaintance of Owlbear, man.
Factory reset. Hold on. Okay. You and your damn bits. All right.
Little bits.
Thank you. Lafayette signs out. We bumped into each other at. Don't you do that! I hate. Stop!
Who did that? Who did that? Who's the fuck? Cease. Let her talk.
Fucking Christ, man! It's a great thing that you have it, man. But come on.
So,
Okay,
yes.
I'm good. Anyway, this is an acquaintance that I bumped into while I was getting coffee. Ironically enough.
Yay, coffee.
And I figured he would actually be of some aid to help clear our names for these people while we're gone. Took a little bit of convincing, but he was willing to hear me out.
Of course.
You ran into
Some
Owlbear Man while
people-
getting coffee?
It's a long story.
Trips to Costco and coffee trips seem to be the way that you run into him, apparently.
See, here's the thing. I didn't actually just go get coffee. I was intending to, like, raid the church to see if I couldn't find more information that one day. But he stopped me, and then we ended up talking about it. And then afterwards, I got coffee. So yeah, something did happen that day. But that's not important now.
Huh. I
Speaking
suppose
of-
paranoia is sometimes justified.
Paranoia is valid.
Speaking of church, is it okay that we left Miracle with them after revealing the truth about their order of conception?
I was going to ask about that. That was a really uncool thing to do, man.
Yeah, especially after we took care of it, but that's not really the matter, because here's the thing, we can clear our names, probably with using that assassin's note that we found.
True.
Not only
And-
that, but I know Nixara is not going to do anything to the child to harm it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they might have a bit of a rough upbringing.
I doubt it, honestly.
I as well. She is not that sort of person.
Okay, she's not petty. That's good to know after, what happened.
Not petty, but definitely a sheep. follows the first clue that's given to her and doesn't double check the facts. No offense, but she is kind of. I'm gonna say it. She's kind of dumb. But that's not important. And she's going to kind of hand him over the note specifically about the assassin's note that's been jigsawed back together. I wanted you to all to meet this individual and see if you had any questions that you would like to drop onto him, and see if you could glean any more information about anything, especially inside the church, because this one knows a lot more than he lets on.
Alabama man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you have... Go ahead, sorry.
Do you happen to know anything about, well, the corruption in the Scholars Guild?
I don't know anything specific about the Scholars Guild, at least not the Padina one, but I do know that they tend to be skilled propagandists. Since everyone's information comes from them, pretty much anything they say is taken to heart immediately.
And thus...
Yeah.
And thus, with them spitting nonsense about us, using their propagandic ways, people follow it like it's just a desperate source of information because it's the only way they're getting it. When in reality, most of it's really falsified. That's why I don't listen to the news.
And I've been fact-checking them for God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever check what they did with that afterwards?
Oh, it was just a courtesy thing, really. Usually because I was around for a lot of events that had happened.
They usually don't let you in on like the insider tips. More often than not, it's purely for self-benefit in some fashion.
Okay. This one is one that you might not have any information on, Albert Man, but do you know anything about the Coastal Spectres?
I've never heard of them.
If I'm not mistaken, that was the group that caused the issues in North Hollow originally, right?
Yes.
It was the slavers run by that siren, yeah.
Yep. Lafayette was sent out, ran by a siren, bag of slavers, essentially. They kidnap people and do very unspeakable things with them in regards to one in particular being eating them, which is quite vile.
And also, they are responsible for spreading the blight shrooms through North Hollow and causing a zombie apocalypse.
Ah, yes, I remember some undesirables skulking about taking people. I stopped a few of them, but of course, some of them do slip through the cracks.
What was their symbol again? Because I remember seeing it, but I don't remember what the design was. Lafayette would remember. I would not.
I have to search it up again.
Hey, I'm not the only one that forgets. Hooray! Anyway.
No,
I use
DMs
the
forget.
restroom.
DMs forget too.
But yeah, Lafayette, for the sake of expediency here, Lafayette's going to kind of describe the insignia to him to keep an eye out for.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, with that letter, or that information that I just giving you, since we're not wanted back in there, I would like you to see if you can't plant that inside her office.
Understood.
I would do it myself, because I know I'm more than capable, but high risk, paranoia, and also with our party members being poisoned, and this one points to Mishpa, busting down a door trying to find me, I don't want to cause issues again. So...
Right. I will do what I can to help, of course.
I'd hope so. Because if we end up coming back here and we're still branded as criminals, well, let's not think about that, shall we?
You showed me quite enough when the last time we met. I know not to mess with you.
Very good.
Lafayette, did you beat up Owlbear Man?
In a sense.
What do you mean, in a sense? That doesn't make sense.
I wasn't expecting a straight answer. That's about what I expected to get.
I mean, do you want the straight answer or not?
I mean, of course I want it. I just didn't think I
Straight
would get
answer
one.
would answer the question, yes.
I beat him mentally.
Huh.
Okay. Okay.
Listen, just because I'm very proficient in the art of stabbing and beating the shit out of people to where they're begging with life does not mean I cannot also beat them with logic.
Damn, she doesn't listen to the news and she beats people with facts and logic.
I'm back.
Yeah,
She's a
see,
liberal.
Dan, that's crazy. It's almost like your propaganda isn't actually the truth. That's crazy.
Damn.
Anyway, here's the hard-hitting truth and something for you to fucking cry about for the next few days. Santa isn't real. Bye. Your childhood destroyed. Your morale broken. Victory mine. Later.
Damn,
I
when
have
you
another
said that the
question.
news wasn't real and that the state was lying to us, I was like, that sucks. But when you said Santa wasn't real, that really broke my heart, man.
Here's something better. Drider Man doesn't exist.
That's crazy.
Anyway, yes, Mishpa?
Go ahead, Mishpa.
I wanted to ask. I understand that the Naga War was apparently a religious conflict. Do you believe that the church is trustworthy for a group that travels with a Naga?
Sorry, I don't understand the question. Do I think the church is trustworthy for traveling with a Naga?
Do you think the church would be trustworthy for a group that is traveling with a being that the religious institutions in
yeah.
this country spent a long time fighting against?
I would likely say not. A lot of religious institutions are still under the pretenses that the Naga are a bunch of heretics, which I myself do not believe.
Well, at least I have Owlbear Man on my side.
Lafayette gives a thumbs up.
He gives a smile.
Really, I suspect that we'll probably get a lot more straightforward information if we can make our way inside that restricted section.
That would mean we would have to go to Padina. So that would seem to be our next stop.
Yes, but Lafayette mentioned that you have inside information about the church. What did she mean by that? What's going on inside the church that, you can tell us about?
Oh, how to get in, the secret passageways, what little there are, and what goes on inside there day in and day out. Considering I work there in my daytime.
Ooh, I want to hear about the third one. What goes on in there day in and day out?
A lot of people wanting to get healed, some people coming to repent sins. Really just things that I tend to overhear. You hear a lot when you're a janitor.
Lafayette would sign out. Have you heard anything like you really shouldn't have? Like potential like just stray thoughts, like someone who thinks out loud or has said something that they really shouldn't have in the open air?
No, not that I could recall.
Pity. Be really funny if you hear someone repenting about something they did, and it just turned out to be they just like stole like a pastry or something.
There were these two idiots that came in repenting for stealing a balloon.
Nice.
Was it pre-balloon day?
Yes, it was the strangest thing.
Fucking love it.
And just end the session on boom, boom, boom.
That's crazy.
Directed by
Damn it.
Larry Bird.
Nice.
But
Ah, damn it. That's probably just Bob and Rick. Don't mind them.
His name's not Rick.
Tough titties. It is in this world.
anyway, he smiles at you all. But before you do go, I guess I will leave you all with something. A little secret.
Come on, baby.
And you see Owlbear start to transform. He takes off the mask, revealing he's a werebear.
Oh shit!
Owlbear Man is a bear man?
And then he transforms, and you see
That
The
weaselly little.
the familiar face of Evelier Swiftcloud.
Yes.
A fucking nerd.
Yes!
Of course.
You have no
You're
idea.
kidding.
You have no
I'm
idea
so
how
happy.
happy I was when I learned that. Whenever I bumped into him that night.
You were
like I said,
kidding.
I literally fucking was about to raid the fucking church, and turns out he works there. And he stopped me. And then after some chatter and getting his trust, found out he was the fucking nerd. And I promptly bullied him in a playful manner. Because that was a fucking awesome thing.
Hell yes.
Therefore,
Fantastic.
that's how Lafayette mentally beat this motherfucker. She pushed him over after transforming. So, you know.
It's always the person you least suspect, isn't it?
You're the Jiminy Snickets guy?
The very same.
I have to be honest.
You're kidding.
This thought crossed my mind, and I immediately crossed it out because it was just so out there.
Honestly, Evelier Swiftcloud isn't even my real name.
So it is an OC name.
What is your real name, Jiminy Snickets?
No.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Oh god, please.
Yeah,
Please.
there we go.
My real name is Lazuli Timberwind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks. Sorry to say.
I like it though.
Oh god.
You know, I'm gonna be completely honest. Whenever you described Owlbear Man, I missed the part where he was like literally a bear in a costume. Also, I'm just imagining that like a superhero bear getting coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this
Like-
with this new information and a new destination in mind, we shall end session there.
Papa.
I hope you all
That was a
enjoyed.
fucking roller coaster.
I hope you all enjoyed, and we shall see you all next week.